Hi everyone, welcome to QuickPreach, your online channel for short messages about God. Today, we are going to continue with our series titled The Creation. And we are now in part 4, where we're going to discuss the celestial bodies. Now, before we begin, let me acknowledge my main reference for this preaching, which is the New International Version of the Bible. Let's begin. Okay, so for this video, please pause and open your Bible to read Genesis chapter 1, verses 14 to 19. Alright, now that you've read the passage, let's continue with our discussion. So in Genesis 1, verses 14 to 15, it says, 14, And God said, Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark the seasons and days and years. 15. And let them be lights in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth. And it was so. So, we can determine from this verse that although God created light on the first day, the light was really not from any other object close to earth. As such, God finally decorated the sky with celestial bodies or with um, heavenly bodies from the universe. These objects not only act as sources of light, but as what is highlighted here, also refine the concept of time. So at this point, not only was the earth rotating in its axis to signify days, the earth is now seen revolving to start the occurrence of seasons and counting of years. Let's take a look at an illustration. So you see, the seasons of the earth occur because of the way the earth is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees in its axis and the way the earth revolves in an elliptical orbit. So it's not circular, but elliptical. So as you can see, on March and September, the Earth is closest to the Sun, hence there are equal hours for day and night in both North and South hemispheres. So during spring and autumn, we can say that days and nights are equal. But on June, the Northern Hemisphere is leaning towards the Sun. Therefore, the days at the upper portion of the earth are longer, making the people in this region experience summer. Now, on the other hand, the northern hemisphere is away from the sun on December. Therefore, the nights at the upper portion of the earth are longer, making people in this region experience winter. So, because the northern and southern hemispheres are opposite each other, we can say that the seasons are also the exact opposite, meaning Americans are throwing snowballs in winter when Australians are hitting the beach in summer. And we can say that the Argentinians here are enjoying their beers in the autumn here when the Japanese are enjoying their cherry blossoms in the spring. So you can see the northern hemisphere experiences the opposite season of the southern hemisphere. So isn't it just wonderful to see that there's a change in season because of how God um, created the shape or the orbit of the earth? Now let's proceed. Going back to our passage, Genesis 1 verses 16 to 18 says, 16, God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. and he also made the stars. 17, God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth. 18, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. So in these verses, God introduces us what seems to be the sun and the moon and the stars. The sun is the predominant source of light or the greater light during the day, while the moon, the lesser light, to govern the night. God also created stars, as you can see from this passage. So these stars seem to twinkle in the darkness as additional illuminants. And as you can see again, at the end of this set of verses, God saw that it was good. So until this point, everything that God created remains perfect and pristine once again. Now, let's just have some clarifications. First, according to our astronomers, the sun, although it has a separate name on its own, is also a star because it produces its own energy through the fusion of gases, just like other stars. What makes the sun special is that it shines at the right distance, approximately 150 million kilometers from the Earth. What is the importance of this distance? Now, if the Earth is too close from the sun, water would evaporate and life will not exist. Now, if the Earth is too far from the sun, water would freeze and life would also not exist. So the Earth's distance allows water to exist as a liquid, and as what we have discussed in our past video, is an indication of life. So that's how important the placement of the Earth is from the sun. Now, the second clarification that we want to emphasize is that although God said that the moon will govern the night, the moon does not have its own light. Instead, it reflects the light of the sun, making it appear bright during the night. So, because the moon also orbits the earth, we see the moon to have different phases. So, sometimes we see that there is no light or the new moon. It's crescent, such as the one in this illustration. It's half, it's gibbous, or it's full. So, as you can see, the way that God placed the celestial bodies makes everything in the sky so beautiful. Now, the passage ends with Genesis 1, verse 19, and 19 says, "And there was evening, and there was morning, the fourth day." So there you have it. The fourth set of creations were the sun, moon, and stars. Thank you very much for finishing this very short video. If you enjoyed this message, click the like button and share to others. If you have any comments or suggestions or would like me and my colleagues to pray for you, you may use the comment section or email us at quickpreach@gmail.com. Now, if you wish to watch more short messages, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications to be reminded if a new video has been uploaded. We are looking forward to sharing more with you in the upcoming videos. God bless!